Holidays are the perfect excuse to pamper your loved ones with unique and thoughtful gifts. Presents don't have to be expensive. And to tell us more about that, we're joined by Lesego Maloka from Dimpho by Les. He specialises in gifting that won't break the bank. Lesego, lovely to see you. How are you doing?
I'm good, yourself, Sally.
Very good. So this is one of your side hustles, because we have to state for the record that you actually work with us here at ENCA. So you are a real entrepreneur. Tell us a little bit about your gifting philosophy.
Okay, so the whole idea behind Dimpho by Les is that you always have to make a gift extra special. It doesn't have to be costly, but if you add a sentimental value to it, it makes it worth more than the value of money. That's the whole idea behind it. And how I came up with the idea is that all the time when friends have to buy me something, they're always confused as to, Lesego, you've got everything, what do we get you? And I always say it's the simple things that you can make extra special by just adding that, even a name to a pen, you know what I mean? That's something to me. That's the whole idea behind it.
Fantastic. So tell me about the top gifts, the most sought-after gifts that are not going to break the bank, but are very special. What's on trend? What are people looking for?
You know what, with Dimpho by Les, right, again, it's a very... everything is personalized. So it's not about the trend per se, but it's about how can we make Sally's gift special. You know, so... Is
that one of your products there, that cell phone
Yes. So...
Is that now a photograph that's then put onto a cell phone cover?
I mean, that was about like 450.
That's
and
lovely.
Obviously, that's a gift that somebody would see literally every day.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So also the idea about gifts is that you want something that they will see regularly, not something that will go into a wardrobe somewhere, or something that they can see daily. You know, it just brings that extra touch to it.
And it's completely unique. And this is the thing, you know, even we've got Kujo over there who's been painting sneakers for us. You know, just really lovely stuff. And then also when Nikiwe came in and showed us the beautiful hair art that she's involved with, there's such a strong movement towards personalizing gifts, creating unique things, perhaps as a counterbalance to the sort of mass production that we're seeing. So are you seeing that more and more people are looking for that sort of personalized aspect to gifts?
Definitely, you know, because again, like I'm saying, I'll tell you a story of one of my clients, right? So the client calls me, he's like, listen, I want to do an anniversary party for my wife. We've been everywhere. What can you make it special? So I said to him, listen, let's organize you lunch in the sky. And he was actually quite shocked. He's like, wow, I never thought about that. And when I gave him the price, he's like, this is so...
What is lunch in the sky? So
basically... one of those crates that you go up with.
Yeah.
And you just have lunch there.
That's sort of, they held the balloons?
Yeah. But it's a crate, not a balloon per se. It's like a crate that you go up with.
Oh, it's like winched up into the sky.
And basically you spend about, depending on the, what kind of a meal you're having, from an hour to 2 hours.
And how much does that cost?
For the 1 hour thing would be like $750 per person.
Right.
That's a two-course meal. And then obviously if you're doing a 3-course meal, it'll be like $850. Okay. So if it's for a couple, it's like 1.6.
You touch on an interesting things, because people are not only looking for, it's, you know, we tend to think of as a gift as something we can unwrap, but people are often looking for experiences.
Exactly, Sally. That's my thing that I'm trying to promote as well, that a gift is not sentimental, it's not tangible, sorry, it's not a tangible thing, you know what I mean? I mean, if somebody loves traveling, then you get them a gift that involves traveling, you know what I mean? If somebody loves cooking, instead of buying them pots, take them to a chef school or like a cooking weekend somewhere. It doesn't always have to be, here's the gift, but the memories will always be there. So that's my main concern, you know what I mean? My main focus. Also with the fact that I try to implement new things, like currently what I'm doing now is that I'm trying to move away from cards, like physical cards, you know what I mean? So for Christmas, instead of we buy a card for our mother and just write messages there, we all just take a video, one by one, put it in one CD or in a USB, and we give it to them.
That's lovely.
There's a smile to it, there's a laughter to it, there's jokes to it, there's everything to it. While with the card, you just basically just write, and it doesn't have that appreciation thing.
And cards can be expensive. I mean,
that's the thing.
It can cost up to 50 Rand for a simple greeting.
I mean, you buy a CD, that's like 5 Rand, I think 10 Rand.
Yeah.
You just do your videos as a family, put it on a CD, and literally, that's just it.
It's really about the gift of time and thought when you're putting together those experiences and those unique gifts.
Correct. And again, like I'm saying, by all means, you try to just make it as special as possible, you know. And also, you need to study a person. I always say that, like we were asking earlier on about the trends, you know what I mean? It's difficult to say with gifts there's a trend. Fine, there'll be a trend that it's Christmas now, so that's the trend. But as to the gifting part of it, it's completely different. For example, now for Christmas, I would get you maybe a pen engraved Sally, because I can see you write a lot. So I can get you a pen, you know what I mean? And for somebody else, I'll go to Kuzo for sneakers and say, listen, it's Christmas, let's get somebody sneakers that are cool. I mean, the prices are reasonable.
Yeah,
actually quite cheap, if I can say that.
I agree.
things are expensive these days. But now imagine you give this to your son or your daughter and say, listen, Merry Christmas. It's awesome.
Well, I'm not sure how that would go down with a teenager who wants the latest cell phone. How would you navigate that conversation?
That's a tricky one. But also, again, now with the cell phone, right, you just buy the cell phone as is, right, and you get them a pouch, like the one that you saw on screen right now, and say, listen, Merry Christmas, and the pouch has your picture in her, or...
Yeah.
You try and move away from, it's an expensive phone, but this is a phone that has something that every time when you see it, you see me or you see her, or there's something to it. You know, you can go to your friends and say, yes, your phone is expensive, but mine is cool, it has my face on it.
Yeah.
So you've moved away from the expensive phone to, listen, yours is reasonable, but it's special.
And as you say, it doesn't have to break the bank. So in other words, your top tips for choosing a beautiful gift for someone is to actually almost become a bit of a psychologist and become a detective in a way.
Honestly, that's the way. I mean, also with most of my clients, I always say, because what I've learned as well, that people don't know their friends and their partners, you know. They'll say to me, listen, can I get a gift for somebody? I'm like, okay, what's their favorite color? You know, so I always have to say, give me the social media account, because that's how I study people. I say, give me a social media account, and I can pick up the trends.
That's amazing.
That's how you pick up the trends, that, okay, fine, there's Kuto paints sneakers, but maybe he doesn't really like sneakers.
Oh, let's ask him. Kucho, do you like sneakers?
I love sneakers.
Okay, you really love
Oh,
sneakers.
you really like sneakers. But sometimes I find that somebody's career doesn't mean...
I'm
that's
with
what,
you.
yeah.
I'm with you.
So you have to study people, you know what I mean? Which I find that it's a very... And that's the fun part about it as well. That's why sometimes I enjoy this when you want a gift for somebody that's close to you, but you don't actually know much. And I have to try and make you see certain things about a person, like, wow, actually that's so cool. And ultimately, when the whole gift is done and it's delivered, the joy of it is amazing.
That's such a lovely idea. And I think so important around the festive season, not only are we facing economically difficult times, but if you look at what Christmas, for example, is all meant to be about, it's about honouring each other and celebrating and being grateful. And I think that personalising the approach to gifts and making it mean something is so important.
Ultimately, you want to feel special, you know what I mean? I mean, for example, now, if you have a Christmas party, right, and everybody brings mugs for the Christmas on, there's only so much mugs you can have. But if somebody now brings you a voucher to have lunch at somewhere, you know what I mean? Yes, the cups will still be there forever and ever, but then that experience that stood out from everybody, it just makes perfect sense. That you obviously even come to work and talk about it versus saying, I've got 12 cups. But you'll say, oh, my Christmas was so amazing. I did 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Oh, and I've got 12 cups. You know what I mean? You have that kind of attitude that, okay, this wasn't really thought of. The thing is it's always about, think about something. Because also the person feels like, wow, you actually took a day or two or whatever a night to think about how to make this special for me. And that's basically, that's my whole idea behind it.
And your gifting service, is it mostly just run online?
Yeah, it's mostly online, because
Dimpho by Les.
Dimpho by Les, because also my thing is, if you check my social media accounts, I don't have many pictures on it, solely because everything has to be different. So I don't want somebody to say to me, listen, I saw this on Instagram, can I have that?
Yeah.
You're also killing my creativity. I feel like, can you just have a conversation and see what I can come up with apart from that? So I always try and run away from, I can suggest a few things if you want common things, but then can we try this first? If you still don't like it, then we can do this that you think you wanted. But in most cases, it's always like, wow, actually I've never thought about this.
Yeah.
So I prefer to be as personalized as possible, really.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you very much. You've given me lots to think about, and good luck with Dimpho by Les. That is Lesego Maloka, giving us some great gifting ideas. Well.